Nobody seems to be noticing what is currently happening to platinum as history is currently repeating itself. And so you can actually profit from that. In today's video, we discuss the most important technicals, fundamentals, and also macroeconomics of this commodity. Let's first have a look at the technicals. You do see that we've recently seen a reversal from this support at around 1,980, $1,920. We've seen that volume has, or cumulative volume delta has actually risen since then. We've now seen a beautiful bullish trend form out. But if you have a look at the hourly chart, you can see it even better. We've seen a rally here in this zone of volume, but we're currently approaching this resistance. We're currently approaching a zone where we haven't seen a lot of volume being traded, which is beautifully visible because of this visible range volume profile, which is really a good tool to actually understand where volume is. And we've seen that this resistance is actually quite a strong one. We've seen this really taking some time until we do see a breakout to the upside, which was actually proved by this recent symmetrical triangle here. And so obviously this is a major resistance. We do see not a lot of volume has been traded above it, and this could obviously be a potential reversal point here for platinum. But whether the long-term trend is to the upside or to the downside, we can only understand those technicals or those fundamentals and macroeconomics by taking a look at the past cycles and learn from them. And so if you like this approach of taking a look at the past cycles, please make sure to subscribe to our channel and like the video so you support us and don't miss the next few videos. Now let's have a look at the weekly chart of platinum. And as you do see, we have marked some massive crashes here at platinum, and they've all coincided to the same things happening again and again and again, and we're currently seeing them happen once again, as we have seen that massive price surge here at platinum. And so let's first have a look at the copper to gold ratio. This ratio is beautifully showing you or signaling you underlying weaknesses in the financial markets. Whenever you do start to see that divergence happening, where you do see asset prices like platinum actually rise, coinciding to this ratio falling, or at least consolidating, that is showing you that gold is already outperforming copper. Otherwise, this ratio would go up. And so this is showing you that the industrial metal, which is copper, is actually weaker than gold, or is strengthening, or is underperforming against gold. So that ultimately leads to this massive crash at this ratio, and also this massive crash at platinum. We've seen exactly that order of event always actually repeating. We've seen that divergence happening here. We've seen that weakening trend ultimately also leading to a sell-off at platinum several times here in 2015, in 2019, and 2020. Also, quite possible happening right now. We have seen that weakening trend here at the copper to gold ratio. We've seen that strengthening trend at the platinum prices. And so that would obviously suggest we do see those aligning, those converging once again. And those convergences tend to not happen by this ratio going up, but by platinum prices going down, as those copper to gold ratios are going down as well. And so let's have a look at the DXY for confirmation of this thesis by just taking a look at what happened here the last few times. And you do see that those bubbles, for example here in the great financial crisis, are usually built up by a weakening dollar. The dollar is weakening. That is the ultimate fuel of this bull market. And when you do see a reversal happening here with the dollar strength, in other words, the dollar is really strengthening against those other major currencies, then you tend to see the top building out here at platinum, and ultimately you see a big sell-off happening. Also exactly played out like this several times here in history, where those massive surges at the DXY coincided to many crashes. Sometimes those have been flash crashes, for example here in 2020. This actually happened so fast it isn't even visible anymore. We have seen it also happen obviously quite beautifully right here in 2022 and 2021, where we've seen that massive sell-off here at platinum. The gold to silver ratio is working quite similar. We do tend to see this rise in times of economic stress, since gold is outperforming silver and this ratio is rising. This tends to coincide to those crashes, and we've also seen that happen several times here in history, in 28, in 2015, in 2019 and 2020, and we have recently seen that massive reversal at this ratio once again. And if you do see history repeat once again, we would actually think that the DXY is actually strengthening, and the gold to silver is also strengthening. Um, and also coinciding to that, we might actually see platinum weakening, seeing it actually have a significant sell-off. Maybe this would obviously also lead into a recession, as we've seen it happen here in 2020 and 28. But concerning the shorter term trends, we obviously have this massive resistance at 2.4K. Now, this could actually be even invalidated in a short term to the upside. But we do believe at the long term, this is actually one of those points where we could quite likely see this trend change to the downside, which obviously would, in our eyes, as you've just seen, also lead to a deeper market correction, a deeper sell-off, breaking through those support levels that we've recently seen, building out lower lows and lower highs. That's our thesis at Chronos. If you want to give us your opinion, don't hesitate to ask or give us your opinion in the description, in the comment section down below. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, just give us a thumbs up or subscribe to our channel. We would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching this video once again. See you the next time. Bye bye.